I'm going to show you how you can build a campaign for lookalikes within Clay using Ocean.io. So first things first, you want to go to create a new workspace or create a new table and then go to find company lookalikes. In this case, we're just going to be using Clay, so it's going to cost us 1 credit per result. So just to give you some context on the use case for this. So what you can do here is you can basically take companies that are like your ICP or companies that are your ICP, right? Very specifically. So this could be dream clients that you're trying to go after, right? Whatever industry or whatever niche that you're in. Take a couple of those, take their domains, put them into here, into Ocean Search. And then what it's going to do, it's going to use its algorithm, use its AI and all that kind of stuff to basically find other companies that are very similar. And you can set all the criteria in terms of location and company size and things like that. But the more companies you can feed it here, and it says obviously max limit is 10 domains, the more companies you can feed it here, the better results it's going to give you. And this is what this is going to do. It's just basically going to cut down the time that you are basically needing to go and find all of these similar companies. You can do something like this within within ChatGPT or Claude, where you can basically have a conversation, say, hey, here's some of the companies that I want to work with. Can you find me more companies that are similar to this? And this basically would automate the process. But within Ocean, we can push it directly into Clay, and then we can enrich, we can find the decision makers, all that kind of stuff. That's all for a separate video. But the main thing here is I just want to show you the basic functionality of how this would work. So in this example, we're going to use things like email sequencing tools, right? So things like Smart Lead, things like Instantly, and so on and so forth, right? So we're just going to pull the domains. We're just going to pull the domains for these, and we're going to put them into Clay, into Ocean here, and we're going to do the same for Smart Lead. We're just going to run with these two. I just want to see how good and how accurate the results are, because we've used this in the past and it's pretty damn accurate. So I just want to kind of go through that. So company size, I'm not really too bothered. I just don't want it like as a massive corporate, basically. Reduce that. Countries, I don't mind where it's based. Industries, I don't mind any of that kind of stuff. Cool. I'm just going to create a new blank table. And it's going to populate with companies that are similar to Instantly and Smart Lead, right? So these are email sending tools. So just give it a second to load. So that would have cost about 100 credits to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the columns here, and I'm going to go through the results and the data to show you just sort of like the accuracy of it. And then you can kind of take your own predictions from that. I'm just going to hide these and delete these. Don't want these. Cool. So you'll see and notice within here all of the data that we've got access to. So we've got the company name, we've got the domain. So I'm just going to map these columns. We've got the domain. Cool. So to start off with, that's really all we need. But I'm going to show you some of the other data that you can actually get in here as well. See. So we've got the domain, we've got emails that are located on their website. You've also got their links for their media. So you've got like their Twitter, you've got their YouTube, you've got their Facebook, and you've also got their LinkedIn, which is really, really, really good because then you can pull that info. You can pull that info and then you can enrich it based on that information as well. So all the data that we can get, the more data normally, the better. As long as it's good quality data, the more that we can get, the more that we can do with it, essentially. You've got, keywords as well. You've got locations. You've got the location. You've got the company description as well, which we can pull. We've got the company size. We've even got web traffic as well. Here, we've got web traffic. I'm not sure the accuracy of it, and I'm also not sure the the source of that data specifically, but you've also got tech as well, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't give you a massive extensive list in that sense of like, say you have to pull like with built with, but I'm not sure actually if it's connected or integrated with built with, but it does give you a fair amount of tech, which is pretty cool, actually. Although the only thing is you've obviously got to map it, or it just gives you lots of different options here. You've got department sizes, you've got industry categories, and you've got technology categories, right? So yeah, so you got a pretty extensive list of data, which is great. You've got the tech, you've got all the company stuff, you've got the links for the socials, you've got the domain, you've got the name, all that kind of stuff, which is great, the location, etc. But what I really want to do as part of this is I want to actually just see how accurate this data is. So from the get-go, I can see that it's pretty damn accurate so far. So we've got Woodpecker, we've got Outreach Bin, we've got Smart Reach, Sales Handy, Pipple.ai. This could also be a very good way of finding, just as a side tangent or something similar, but you could also use this as a way of finding new like sales tech and things like that that you could potentially use. So yeah, Woodpecker I've heard of before, Outreach Bin, yeah, it's cold outreach campaigns, cold emails, all things outreach. Interesting. I've never heard of this, but this is actually quite cool. I could potentially look into this for our own business. So yeah, I'm just going to go through not the rest of them one by one, but I can go through maybe some of the like ones down here or something. I can see. So email marketing. So this one is just ever so slightly off. And I'm being very picky here, but I've chosen a niche that obviously I know very well. Sure, we do email marketing to a sense, but it's called email. It's ever so slightly different. Email marketing is more around warm prospects. Mailshake, yep, to a certain extent. This is a different, same Mailshake but different. Email marketing automation, yeah. So again, similar. It's probably like an e-commerce type of email marketing type of thing. Email marketing. So it's taken that. So you might want to refine it a little bit more as well. And I've seen Line.ai here as well, which I think I don't think they're around anymore actually. But yeah, so you get a good idea here of what the kind of functionality of this is. And you can refine it even more if you wanted to pull in another source. You can also find another lookalike. So you can click the plus button here, you go through that and say same process here, and then you can refine it even more. So a lot of times when you do these initial processes, you don't want to just obviously automate it off the back. You want to make sure that you build out the workflow step by step. You want to stress test it, and you want to make sure that it is right. And then once you've done that, then you can figure out the parts that you can either delegate, eliminate, or automate. So if I was to do this again, I would go through and refine the search. I would exclude certain domains. I would, include maybe the keywords, keyword operator, which is basically saying like, are we putting all of these words in? So for example, if it was cold email, does it have to be cold email as one, or is it cold email and outreach? And those two things have to be listed on the website, basically on the metadata for the keywords. Or is it just a case of like cold email or outreach listed or mentioned? The industries, things like that. So we could theoretically run through a lot of this, to kind of like, that's how I would do it. I would refine it even more and then obviously double check it manually. And then once you've got it manually and you're happy with it and you've got say like a 95 to 100% hit rate, then that's where you could start to build out your campaign and then obviously start to enrich all of this data and go through it. So I hope this was useful. I just wanted to give you an overview of Ocean. It's a pretty cool tool. You could also, and there are ways, and we're looking into this, of how you can automate this from, for example, with, your onboarding. So let's just say, you signed with us, part of that process for onboarding would be we take your intake survey and then we push that into GPT to basically analyze your answers in that in terms of your ICP. And then that gets pushed into, basically, we'll ask you a question, for example, who are your best case studies or who are your dream clients? Can you share their domains? Then we'll take that information, we'll push that into a new table. A new table will be created. We'll find the lookalikes, we'll put all the criteria in, and then we'll spit out basically all of the companies that are very similar to your current dream clients, essentially, or your ICP. And then we'll usually run a campaign first off the back of that, because that obviously just allows us to go after the lowest hanging fruit, the place where you have the case studies, most likely. And really just kind of start in that area. So it's either the dream ICP or we can build a lookalike or a list around that. Or number two is for the case studies. So if you've got any case studies of companies that you've worked with, we'll find similar companies to those, and then we'll do outreach based on that, because that's usually, again, the lowest hanging fruit, essentially. So I hope this is useful. If you would like to book in a call with us and you'd like to learn more about how we can automate your outbound processes so that it's much more efficient, you spend more time talking to your end prospects, then feel free to book in a call below. You can also, if you need to Clay and want to sign up, feel free to use my affiliate link below. And you'll get 3,000 credits for free. And then also you can grab the email acquisition guide as well that I've got listed below as well. So yeah, thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.